Today I'm gonna talk about the POS in the Bigledger, right? So first thing first is that you need to go to the POS General, okay? And then when you click it inside, okay, so you on the left hand side you're gonna have a create cash bill listing, cashier collection, set report, settlement adjustment, and swap serial number. All of these actually will be based on the permission level. Okay, permission level. For now, I'm an admin, so I can uh, see for everything. Okay. So when you click it inside, this is your first UI. Okay, UI for our POS. On the right hand side over here, we're gonna have a. You need to have customer, sales agent, branch, location, indeed, right? And when you guys actually log in first log in, right? All of this gonna show you red color, meaning that you need to choose. You need to choose. But if let's say you want the user, when they log in, it's straightway updated, so they don't need to select manually one by one. So they need to go to when they log in for each user, they need to go to this personalization, okay, and then go to default selection and then set it over here. Who will be your sales agent? What is your default customer? Uh, Branch and location. Okay. So the one that user set over here is gonna be over right over here, right? So right. So now let's create the what do you call the customer? So now the customer here I need to select. So I just choose the customer. So now the customer is updated, right? So on the left hand side also, you can see the blue color and then the red color. This blue color is will be your function. Okay, it's your function for POS, which is you can reprint, you can change your branch, which is based on permission. You can change the customer, okay? You can change the customer. So, and then if you allow the user to create the customer in the POS, when you choose the customer here, okay, let me repeat. When you select the customer here, you select the entity ID, you're gonna see the select mode over here. So if you just choosing for the existing customer, so you just make sure it's under select mode and then you choose. But if user need to create new customer, make sure that it's under create or edit mode, and then you're gonna see plus button over here, so you can create the customer at the same time and then key in the invoice and also the address. Okay. But if let's say choose, you just choose from the existing. Okay. The invoice for this customer, because this customer is a general public, so you can ignore all of this invoice, right? And then if let's say you have an address, so you can fill up over here. Okay, so that's a customer. And then if let's say you are using membership, you have membership. So also the same that you can click the member and then you choose. So you click on the member card number, then you choose, or you can create the new member as well. Okay, sales agent. For now, I default to rows. So if let's say you want to select the sales agent, then you can choose the sales agent. Change it. Okay, and then you have other details. These are the other details. You can key in the reference, the remarks, currency, and then if you want to change the date. This date also is based on permission. Okay, bill two is where you key in your brand, how to say, your address, your address for the customer. You want to bill to another customer, then you can put it here. Okay. And then you have a return. Later I'm going to explain on the return. Discount. Okay, discount. This discount is for the whole invoice. Okay, the whole POS, which is we call it group discount. Additional discount. Receipt. Hold and recall bill. Gross profit. Okay, and return. This gross profit also is based on permission. Return. Okay. So if you see here, we have two type of return. Okay, two type of return. One return will be the return by cash bill. The other one is a normal return. Return by cash bill means that if let's say you have the the POS number, okay. So the POS number, so you can key in on that number. But if let's say the customer when they come, so they don't have any cash bill number, so you can click on the return. So on the discount itself, we have two type of discount. One is the group discount, the other one is a line discount, which is item discount. So if let's say you want to give an item discount, so you can select later. I'm gonna show you, but this one is more into like the total discount. Okay. And this is the red color. Red color, it's for your settlement method. Okay, which like how the customer pay you. In order to have this red color, so we need to have a cashbook applet. Okay, this is a cashbook applet. How we configure that is based on first, of course, you need to create a cashbook, whether it is a bank, example like your credit card, UOB bank. Okay, UOB bank. And then after that, you can have a settlement method. So this settlement method is the one that gonna show here. Okay, settlement method. So example that you have a UOB credit card. Okay, UOB, because I don't have permission to edit. You have a UOB credit card. You have UOB debit card, Mastercard, or maybe Grab Pay, or all that will be your settlement method. Okay. So from there, then you can see all of this red color. Then all right, then after that, after all the setup is done, all right, all the setup is done. So when your customer come and then they give you what's the item, so that one you need to click plus over here for manual search, or you can scan the EAN code for the item. So if you don't have the EAN code, so you can click plus over here and then you can search the item. Okay, so now let me search for the serialized item. So if let's say it is a serialized item, you're gonna see serial number tab in the additional on the right hand side. Okay, so this item is a 20 ringgit, okay, and then you don't give any item discount. So this is the item discount. This is the discount for the item. This is for the whole invoice as a total. Okay, and then this is then you choose the share number, which share number that you want when the customer buy. Okay, tick it or add, click add, or or you can go to the scan over here, and then you scan the share number. What's your number that the customer buy, and then click add. For now, I just pick from the listing and then I click add. After you click add, then it's gonna show on the bottom what is the share number that you choose, and then what will be the status, whether it's a valid or invalid. Okay, and then I click add. After I click add for 20 ringgit, the total here or the pay or gonna update. Okay, so customer need to pay 20 ringgit. So if let's say the customer give you cash, then they give you multi-payment. So they give you cash, for example, 10 ringgit. So this one actually you can choose. They pay using which settlement method. Okay, if you have multiple, then you click add. Yeah, this is they pay on the cash. And the 10 ringgit, another 10 ringgit, they pay by a bank transfer or credit card. You can choose it. So example, I choose a bank transfer. So you choose which, again, settlement method, right? So you just choose the settlement method and then you key in the transaction number. The amount will be auto update. Okay. So after key in the item and then you key in the settlement over here, the change will be zero, right? Change will be zero, so you can finally. So after final, the UI will be reset back. And then if you go to the cash bill listing, the one that you created, it will show in the cash bill listing. Let me open the edit advanced filter. Okay, so this is my number. Okay, this is my number. So every time you create a cash bill, it will show here in this screen. That will be the POS for general. So example that you here also we have a hold and recall bill. Hold recall bills means that if let's say I already key in some of the item. Okay, this item is non-serialized, so that's why you will not see any serial number over here. This is the price, so you just click add. So after you add over here, you can hold the bill. So when you hold the bill, you need to give what will be the customer. Just now, I explained that on the cash bill listing is which will show whatever that you create, right? So the cash bill listing here is will be report that you have in the POS Applet. For the report, have cash bill listing, cashier collection, and Z report. Those three. So cash bill listing, it will show whatever that you create as a document level. So when you able to click it inside, okay, you can click it inside and then you can see more detail. Whether you want to reprint, you want to change the sales agent, or maybe you want to key in reference or remarks. You will have a pop-up, right? This is one which is you only can do under the cash bill listing. For this cash bill listing, you will see what you can see the advanced filter where you can search by branch, by customer, by date, by status. So that will be the first report. The second report here will be the cashier collection. Right, let it load. Okay, change the date. Cashier collection here, it will show you by line method. So just now in the cash bill listing, you only can see one document, right? On the cashier collection here, you're gonna see two. Why? Because you're receiving two settlement method, 10 ringgit and 10 ringgit. So it's gonna show two row. And then you are not able to click it because it's only show you what's the amount on the collection. So if let's say you find out that okay, by default everything gonna be in row, but if you want to make it uh, so you can drag here and then it will group by the branch, or maybe you want to group by settlement method, so you just click and drag. Okay, but if let's say you cross everything, it will gonna back to row. Okay, this is a cashier collection. Also, we have an advanced filter for this if you want to search in detail. And then the last one here will be Z report. Z report is summary level, actually summary report that are used by cashier by end of the day. Example, I just choose just now my branch. So from here, I just need to choose what is my branch, the date, and then I search. When I search, it's gonna show you what will be your collection based on the settlement method, which is oh by cash is 10 ringgit, by Maybank is 10 ringgit, so total is 20 ringgit. Then the user didn't give any discount, okay, no rounding, so your net sales actually is 20 ringgit collection. How many number of transaction in total? How number transaction that discounted? Items sold, uh, count, void, return, and who will be the user? Okay, this is totally in a summary level. So from here, you can export it to PDF. Okay, when you export to PDF, you can send that PDF, send it to the finance together with your credit card merchant, because the finance need to cross-check on your receiving. So for the general cash bill, it's gonna have a general cash bill here, Create cash bill listing, cashier collection, and Z report. That's the standard one. And then the two additional here, which is based on permission level. Okay, permission level. So we're gonna have a settlement adjustment. Okay, settlement adjustment. So this settlement adjustment is when you allow the user to adjust settlement method. They wrongly select, it's supposed to be a public bank, for example, but they choose it UOB. Okay, so you allow them to choose to edit. Okay, to edit. So that will be under the, you can see it under the settlement adjustment. Okay, and then the next one here based on permission as well, which is swap serial number. Same case with the settlement adjustment is where you allow the user to swap the serial number when the POS already final, because in the POS all the invoice or the POS here, it will be auto final. Okay, auto final. Now let me show you how you edit, change. Okay, you go to the cash bill listing over here. Okay, and then you click. Okay, so you can click on the item. On the item, after you search the cash bill number, click on the cash bill number, and then you open the pop-up. All right, and then you click on the item. All right, click the item, and then you're gonna have swap serial number. Okay, this swap serial number, and then you click. Okay, after you click, you're gonna see what will be your serial number that what do you call, chosen before. Okay, and then what will be the available serial number for you to swap, and then you need to key in the swap reason. Okay, if that will be the swap serial number. So if let's say you allow them to adjust or swap, adjust the settlement method, same case where you need to go to cash bill listing, click on the transaction number. Okay, but instead of you click in the item code here, you choose the settlement method. Okay, and then you click, if let's say it is a settlement, right, settlement, so you need to click on the what do you call, the settlement over here, and then make sure that you delete and then add new one. Okay, add, that will be the settlement adjustment. So whatever that you did on the swapping serial number, adjust settlement, all the information will be shown here, these two. Again, those two will be based on the permission. So, right. So that would be a very our general cash bill, all right, cash bill over here. And then we have a setting. Okay, this setting is where you set what would be your settlement method. Okay, again, I go back to here. See, you will come back to, which is I need to select everything. Okay, when you refresh, you don't set under default settlement there. So all the thing here, if you go down, the red color it will not show, because that red color, the settlement method is depends on which branch that you choose. So now I need to go to the setting over here. Okay, and then I go to the settlement method setting. So the settlement method setting, actually it will show the UI, right? It will show based on whatever that you set here on the Cashbook applet on the settlement method. It will show all of this. So from here, you just select example test credit card. Then after you click it, you choose on the branch. This branch means that for this settlement method, it will show to branch, which branch that can use this settlement method. So you link it over here. This is the part that you need to do on the setting in order to use the POS. Okay, and then you can go to the application setting where you can hide certain information that you need or you don't need. Okay, and then the cashier collection. So if let's say you want to hide all of this, also can, which is under the site but menu. Also you can hide those too. Gen listing. Okay, all the information that you want to hide or show, it will be here. Okay, and then printable format, where you can upload the printable format, all the printable format. Okay, and then default selection. Okay, for the default selection here, we have two. One will be the personalization, the other one is the default selection setting. So when you set the default selection setting under the setting here, it will affect the whole applet, the post applet. So we don't care which user that log in. So it will follow the default selection setting. This is one default. This is one setting. But if let's say you want each user have own UI or branch selection, so that one you need to set under personalization default. And then this is the return remark setting. Okay. Drawer, if let's say you're using drawer method, which is like a float. Okay, it's a cash float. And then here will be the permission. Here the permission which is based on the role. Under each role, what will be who will be your user, and then what would be your permission set. So you can click first on the permission set and then you select on the branch. So just now I am talking about drawer. Okay, drawer. So this drawer is for the float. If let's say you want the cashier to have an opening and closing for beginning and end of the day. Okay, so from there you need to go to application setting. Okay, application setting, and then I need to find session and float control. So this part I need to click on, which is you allow, right? You allow to use it, and then you click save. So when I allow that, I have that setting. So if you go to the create cache wheel, the UI will be different where you only can see new session. So when you cashier, they need to create what will be the new session. Okay, example today is 5th August. Okay, so if you want the system actually to auto create the session code and name, also can.